What's going on to you, Sagittarius? So you have the Hermit, the Knight of Pentacles, Five of Wands, Eight of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Page of Wands, the Strength, the Queen of Swords, the Temperance, which is you, Sagittarius, and the Page of Swords. So a lot of wands, a lot of fire energy, a lot of your own energy in this, of course. The Hermit has a wand in his hand. A lot of wand energy, a lot of fire energy, kinetic. So for a lot of you Sagittarius, right, I think a lot of you Sagittarius was kind of scared to be who a lot of you wanted to be, who you were naturally. A lot of you were really afraid at one point to really be who, like I said, be who you are. Try to exist in relationships the way you want. And the Knight of Pentacles and the Five of Wands, now that's not really the case. Maybe you were with people that wanted you to fit a description of something completely different. And you Sagittarius were willing to do that for a little while, but you're not willing to do it anymore. The Knight of Pentacles and the Five of Wands is about how, since this is the case, you're going to stop being something that you're not, in the sense that what people want you to be. A lot of you, Sagittarius, right? You're unique, you know. And what I mean when I say uniqueness, I mean like the things that normally people don't do, right? When I go outside and I'm about to go to, you know, do some pull-ups, right? There's a gate that I gotta not cross, but there's a gate that I gotta walk through. They like cut out an opening, like a door. And when I step in there, right, when I'm at the borderline, I usually just bow and stuff like this. Now, you don't have to do that, but I do that because I'm just imagining like a dojo, right? So you do stuff like that, right? Normally back in the days, I wouldn't have done that because I was so self-conscious. But now I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm willing to do that because this is really who I am. You know what I mean? This is really what I'm about. And same thing goes for you, Sagittarius. You know, I'm just making that analogy to say that a lot of you Sagittarius are going to be doing whatever it is that you want to do. And no one can shame you. No one can guilt you into that because you Sagittarius spent so much time being so scared about what other people want and what they think, and trying to play peacemaker and homemaker. And a lot of you Sagittarius, you know, for whatever version of whatever the correct person is in your head, a lot of you Sagittarius, you know, you don't really have to deal with that type of person anymore. If you know that it doesn't work between the two of you, then don't try to force it to work. The Eight of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles is about, and also too, this is a situation where communicate what it is that you want, get it out, actually say it, actually know what it is that you want. Because so many people, that's another layer of the game too. We're getting into another layer. So many people end up hurting other people, breaking their heart because they're not who they are. They know that they gangster. They know that they in the streets. They know that they for the streets, but then they get themselves someone that's on the straight and narrow. They get themselves someone that doesn't understand that world that y'all are in. You know that you want to be with multiple people, right? You may be a swinger. You may want to have a significant other, but you may want to test the waters with other people. So, but you get with a person that only wants to be with one particular person. And this is what I mean when I say that we all have lanes that are open. It's just that we just have to stop denying ourselves what it is that we truly are and actually just go for it. The Eight of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles represents, and this is where a lot of you Sagittarius, this is an opportunity. If you know what it is that you want, go and do it. You know, and I'm talking about with whatever. I'm talking about whatever it is, whoever it is that you're into, what you're into, whatever it is, right? Because I'm not here on that stuff, but whatever it is that you're into, there's a lane open for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's stop playing as if we haven't seen worse. We've seen worse on certain sites. We've all been there. So the Page of Wands represents, so as a result, The Page of Wands is about how, so this is about you moving forward. And the Page of Wands represents the chapter end, the chapter ending and creating, a different chapter. The Strength card, the Strength card, the Strength card and the Queen of Swords now represent, so because the Strength represents the ego that held you back, like I was just talking about. So maybe, you know what I mean? Maybe you, Sagittarius, wanted somebody who has blue eyes, you know, but you were scared to do that. Or maybe you wanted somebody that has brown eyes or something like that. Whatever, you know, whatever. I'm just using small examples. Whatever the situation is, the ego was what was stopping you. And the Queen of Swords now represents, and now you are above that, because now you can actually start to not waste your time messing around with people that are not into that, and try to somewhat even be judgmental of you, or even give you a difficult time, or even, you know, play games with you, because now you're more clear as to what you want. You know what I mean? For me, I don't personally care what skin tone a person is. I don't personally care what is the color of their eyes. As long as I'm into them, I'm into them. You know what I mean? I don't care. I don't care if the person has freckles on their face. If I'm into them, then I'm into them, you know? And the Queen of Pentacles represents, so as a result of this, it's about how the Queen of Swords is about the difficulties that you will find, that when you know what it is that you want, we're getting into another layer now, when you know what it is that you want, people are going to give you a difficult time. They're going to want to try to pressure you into dating them and keeping your lane open for people that may not necessarily be into, that may not be what it is that you're into, right? There's a lot of guilt tripping and people trying to make you feel guilty for what it is that you want. Me personally, I don't care what skin tone a woman is. I don't care what, that's not I don't trip on stuff like that, because I know women real dark, into them, beautiful, light skin thing. I don't care. But again, as long as I'm into her, I'm into her. I don't really, you know what I mean? All of that, all of those politics people, I ain't into all of that. Too many people got too much huge egos, yo, for real, for real. The Temperance and the Page of Swords now represents, but this goes right back into what it is I'm saying about a trophy, because the Temperance and the Page of Swords is about you, Sagittarius. Now that when you develop that level of self-knowledge, a lot of you Sagittarius will now have a better understanding of what it is that you're looking for. Part of the reason why it is that people don't end up being successful in relationships is because you don't know what it is that you're looking for, physically what you're looking for, spiritually what you're looking for. And it doesn't necessarily have to be in that order. It shouldn't be in that order. Spirituality first, internally first, then outwardly, what it is that you're looking for. Yes, looks matter, because the look is essentially what got you to go over there and talk to them. But as long as, this is what I'm talking about, as long as they're decent, as long as they're not run, you know what I'm saying? Like, as long as you're not turned off from the way that they look initially, when you don't know them, you good. Begin to talk to them, all of that, whatever it is that you're into, you know, regardless. And the Page of Swords now represents, and don't let people try to shame you for that in the first place. But the better off, but see, you Sagittarius have to understand that when you know, and you know more of what it is that you want, right? Which makes you more focused on creating that distinction between the people that you don't want and the people who playing, i.e. the people playing games, and the people that you do want. A lot of people gonna have a problem with that, because this is part of what creates that distinction, that line in the sand. You know, okay, I want a person that doesn't have this and doesn't really have this, and I want a person that has integrity and honor and decency and straight-laced and plain Jane stuff. But then you'll have individuals who aren't plain Janes trying to convince you, Sagittarius, oh no, you need to get with some hood. And it's like, what world? Like I you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm from the hood in the sense that I grew up here and I know how things work here, and how to maneuver, and I have street smarts, but that's a completely different life from me. So what is that gonna, you in the game and I'm not in the game? You know, I just so happen to live in the game, but I'm not in the game. So let's clarify the temperament. So you have the Four of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, the Ten of Wands, and the Nine of Cups. So for you, Sagittarius, this is about just knowing that you're on the right track, and to not let anybody play you by telling you what it is that you want, truly what it is that you want, and what you can live with, what you can get down with, what you can be satisfied with. Don't let those people try to convince you that, you know what I mean, that it's not good for you. Because the Six of Wands represents, because what's the point? You're going to be living, not really doing what it is that you want to do anyway. So the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Cups now represents, and walk away from those types of people that try to convince you of that.